Willie D Live.
Do you feel like any additional pressure as a black woman sitting on that bench to make sure that you hold black people accountable who come into your courtroom and not be so hard on white people or other people? Do you feel any pressure like that?
No, I don't feel that.
Because you know there are black judges who do that, just like you have black people who might work in, what do you call that, customer service or something. It's like they got this thing that they do where they are hard on their own people. You thinking you might have some at least fairness, not necessarily an advantage,
right?
But just we want fairness more than anything. So you think that you might get some fairness, but because it's a black person, they think that they can talk down, they can be condescending, but then and then they go out of their way to be accommodating to white people and other people, black people like that. And these are what I call coconuts.
Tell me more.
They're white on the inside and black on the outside, or brown on the outside. You know, they're the worst of the worst of our kind. And I'll leave that part at that part. But I was just curious about that, you know.
I think the people who would say yes probably wouldn't admit that.
Yeah.
But no, I don't feel any pressure to be anything other than who I am. And that took time, though, to figure out who I was on the bench, because people have their expectations of what they think you will do. And like, especially people who supported you, right? Like people think, oh, I supported her campaign, so she should be doing this for me and doing that. And it's like, I took a note that I have to follow the law. And if you want to see me here, one, I have to do that, but you can do it in a way that is compassionate. You can treat people kind. You can be kind to people. And I think those are kind of just the first steps that people miss. Like, we get these ratings from our contemporaries and lawyers in the courthouse, and people can like rate you on how you're doing. And one of the criteria is just, how does she treat litigants? How does he treat lawyers or people who come in front of them? And that's important. Like, it is important for people to walk into the courtroom and know that somebody is just going to say hello and treat you with respect. You got to think about it. People are going through one of the most vulnerable times in their lives. It's very nerve-wracking. And even though I don't consider myself, just like on its face, somebody who is scary, sitting on this bench, and I wear a robe, I can imagine how scared people might be. It can be very intimidating, right? Yeah. And so I always lead with compassion and with a smile, just so like baseline. And even if you have to be sent to prison, that is something I have to do, but it doesn't mean that I have to be nasty or rude.
Yeah.
But I will weigh all those factors. And even when I do have to make very difficult decisions, I always tell people, this is why I'm doing this. You have a life. This is not something that's easy for me, but this is a decision that I have to make. And so I think you can do that in a way that is respectful, and people don't have to walk into your courtroom and feel like, oh, is she going to yell at me and scream at me? And is she going to be pissed off? Like, that's just one thing you don't have to deal with when you walk into a courtroom. You can be treated fairly, and you can be kind to people.
I'm just sitting there thinking, and I'm not saying, that you're being performative, but people are going to love you. I can see them in the comments already. I can just see them in the comments. They love you, because that's all we want, man. We're not looking for no special treatment. Yeah. I mean, give me some if you want to give me some.
Right.
But I, like, if you could just give me some fairness, man, just be fair with me. Like, treat me like I seen you treat some of these other people, man.
Right.
And shoot, man, I can deal with it.
Right. But I think that comes from is we are all one bad decision away from going to prison or jail. We are all. Right. None of us are above incarceration. We're not. And seeing my family members who are still affected by the criminal justice system, and when I, go to my grandma's house for Easter or Christmas, and these are my people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not better than them. Like, we're going to the same house. Like, we're eating the same food. Like, these are my people.
Slept on the floor on the pallet
Yeah.
together.
Well,
like
I'm
grandma.
I don't know if we slept on the pallet, but I'm saying, like, I'm not better than them, you know? Like, they made a decision. I don't know necessarily why, but that's why I can be empathetic and be kind and be fair, because I know I'm not above this.
Who is your mom and daddy? Because that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Were you close to your grandmother too?
Yeah, I'm close to both of my grandmothers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who instilled this? Like who was that one person that was really consistent?
Both of my parents.
Yeah.
Both of my parents. I am so blessed. Like, I could really cry. Yeah. God, one of the best gifts that he gave me was my parents. And they still walk with me. Like, they're in Japan right now. And I was just telling somebody on the phone, I kind of feel like an orphan, because, like, I'm so used to being with them, you know, just talking to them daily and multiple times a day, because they still instilled in me such great values that I didn't realize until I became an adult. And they made a lot of sacrifices. Both of my parents at one point worked 3 jobs just to provide for me and my siblings. And they never stopped that kind of parenting. So even though we're adults now, like, they're in Japan because it's my sister's birthday. She on her birthday trip. Like, they are those kind of parents. Like,
they wasn't the parents that say, you 18, you out, you on your own now.
No. Like, if my mother, if she would want me to move back in, if anything, I'm like, no, I'm not moving back in. But, like, they are always with me, always, you know, and I seek their wise counsel, because I think that I'm blessed to be able to have parents who have lived experiences. And so I'll call them and say, like, I don't know how to navigate this. Like, now they're both business owners. And, like, as a judge, you have to manage people too, not just the people who are in front of you, but you have a court staff. So bailiffs and coordinators and probation officers. And so I find myself sometimes calling them, like, I don't know how to navigate this. Help me with this. And they've just been there every step of the way. During early voting, during the last cycle, my parents were there at the polls every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. telling people, please vote for my daughter. And just financial sacrifice. I mean, they've just always been there. And I know they're always going to be there. So, and because they came from humble beginnings, and, like, sure, I lived a privileged life, it has not been absent from me. And so they were sure to still instill, like, values like hard work and sacrifice. And, like, yes, we will reward you, but what did you make on that math test? And yes, we will give you things and help you buy your first home and help you with the down payment. But what are you also contributing to this down payment as well? So things like that.